Good morning, guys. Welcome to the Fearless Morning Show, where we are having confessions and conversations about your everyday life and finances. She is your host, Yamitra Jojo Waddell, so what better place to be than here with her? She's the only Live Past Crazy specialist.
I like how you fixed that, even though it was so backwards.
Yep.
Can you say it again?
Nope.
Please. I say perfection.
No.
You make me sing songs over,
Good
so.
morning, Miss Kimberly. That's because it's a song, and no. Music is different. Good morning, Miss Margaret.
Good morning, everybody. What is today?
Today is Tuesday, December 8th.
I think I need to go home and start all over again. I think I need to go home, go back to sleep, and just wake up when my body says it's ready. Because it's not ready this morning.
At all.
At all.
That's on command, so.
See if you can add Lynn.
No. Miss Margaret said neither of us are in it this morning.
I'm so yawning.
Why do I keep pressing the wrong button?
I don't know.
Here we go.
Guys, we are still trying to add my fearless co-host in. Good morning. What'd she say? Oh, man. Let me get the... Oh.
How's everyone doing this morning?
I would just like to say that Rosie partied so much this weekend that it's a wonder. Take it off. Kimberly said, "You rock, Rosie."
Thanks.
She said, "Thank you." Look, I still got tears in my eyes from yawning. It is Take Action Tuesday, and please understand that my action that I want to take is not to... Yeah, is it go back to sleep? She said she loves you in the red, Rosie, Miss Margaret.
Oh, thanks.
She said, "Thank you." That's her favorite shirt, even though she knows nothing about football nor Ohio State. Lynn, I keep hitting the approve button. And it's not. Y'all, we got to do what we got to do to get Lynn back. I think we need to go live on Lynn's page. And because I can't seem to add her on my page. Because every time I hit approve and add. Good morning, Chip. Yes. Chip said we both like we need some coffee. Yeah, and I'm not a coffee drinker, but this here morning, yes, I'm going to need some coffee. Welcome to the Fearless Morning Show, guys, where we are having confessions and conversations about your everyday life and finances. My name is Yamitra Jojo Waddell, the only Live Past Crazy specialist, so what better place to be than here with me? Yeah, it is. It's that kind of morning, y'all. It is, but it's going to be a great day. It's going to be a great, great day. So we're not going to complain. I will have a little coffee as soon as I get to work. But in the meantime, I have my trusty water over here. And Miss Lynn Dimmons, who is look, Lynn, it says they'll receive an invite to join your broadcast. So I hit add. And then it comes right back to approving again. So, yeah, we're going to have to go live on Lynn's page because I know you guys, and I am too, missing a Fearless Financial moment of the day. She is America's #1 rebound coach. Yes, she said it, America's #1. So if you have any questions about investing, the budget toolkit, excuse me, or anything like that, please go over to her website. It is Demons Enterprise. No demons. That's demonsenterprise.com. Go check her out. And if you have more questions, you can talk to Lynn, bit.ly/talk to Lynn. I was actually over there yesterday. Somebody asked me about a budget. And I was like, I think Lynn has hers up on the website. So a budget toolkit, if I'm not mistaken, is $1.99, right, Lynn? So go over there if you're ready to get started for the new year and get your budgeting together. You can go right on over there. It's $1.99. If you can't afford that, then we got serious more problems going on than just that, right? So, all right, guys. So the Fearless thought for the day. Oh Lord, she done had a. What song did you have, Lynn? Y'all missed my co-host. So tomorrow, y'all, look for us on Lynn's page. So that's where the Fearless Morning Show will be in the morning. Since we can't seem to get Lynn on here, we will be going live on her page tomorrow. And so I'm sure Lynn did have a song for us. Lynn and I, we partied up this weekend. I drove down to an event with Lynn, and we had a great time. So that was fun. So, guys, I hope you're having a great Christmas and you're ready for the holiday season. I know I'm partied out. Rosie's extremely excited. All right. So yesterday we talked about your strength, and it's talent times investment equals your strength. Oh, Lord, Lynn done wrote a song, Rosie.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
She done wrote a song, Rosie. What you think about that? Love you.
Do what your heart desires.
Lynn's a songwriter, honey. Please be careful because this is so set up just right.
I'll try.
Thank you. Be peaceful. You need this scarf around. Empty that out.
Empty what out?
The dirt off of that, please.
Oh, gosh.
Yes. Lynn said don't trip. She got writing skills. She said she proud of you, Lynn. Be careful. All right, guys. So the Fearless thought for the day, and watch that too. So yesterday we talked about follow your strength, and strength was talent times investment equals your strength. What is your natural talent? And we gave the description for that. And I'm trying to hold this as Rosie slams the door. Thank you, Rosemont. Can you be careful when you shut the door, please? I appreciate it. It's not funny, Chip. Shut it gingerly. Thank you. She did that on purpose. Put this on your neck. White kids don't listen. It's cold. Put this around your neck. Soon as you're sick, I'm sending you to live with somebody else.
I have a scar.
It's not on your neck.
Because it's in my bag.
Put that on.
You need it. You're going to get sick. And when you
I got an
I'm going
extra.
to send you somewhere.
Let me tell y'all something. Anybody want a 14-year-old? Because she's free. Yeah, we do miss Lynn. And I don't know why it doesn't want us to be great. All right, I tried one more time, Lynn, to see if we could get it. So yesterday we talked about your strength is talent times investment equals strength. Today we're going to talk about what are your weaknesses and the formula for that. So weakness equals your investment divided by your talent. Chip, I know I'm making you dizzy, but it wasn't my fault, dog. That was Rosie's. And listen, if y'all want to buy me something for Christmas, I broke the little suction thing that hung from the dashboard so that I could just sit you guys up there. And so now, being the nerd that I am, I travel with books. Y'all, I've been doing that forever, so don't even be surprised. So I have my 5 books in here, and I have you guys sitting on top of the 5 books, and the dashboard. So I have to just be really careful of how I set you guys up. So there you go. Make it happen. Anyway, I promise not to make you dizzy, but I promise to be quick today. So, and then Lynn, if y'all don't know, Lynn does have a podcast, and she's on WYTV7. That's a Christian networking station. So Lynn can post her information there, and you can still catch her. And then she does Financial Genius. What day of the week is Financial Genius? I know one is at 12 and one is later on in the evening. So you guys can still check out Lynn and get your daily dose of the Fearless Financial Moment. And then tomorrow, yes, I do. I have a house. Now at home, I have the tripod and we're good. But in the car, yeah, it's extra. Tomorrow, guys, look for us on Lynn's page so that we can hear the Fearless Financial Moment of the day, because I'm sure she got some great tips for the holiday season and what you need to do to get ready for the new year. All right, so weakness equals investment divided by talent. So it is your time. Your investment is your time, effort, energy, and knowledge divided by your talent, which is what you naturally do. So your investment is your time, effort, energy, and knowledge divided by your talent, which is what you naturally do. And the investment is the only thing that's going to move you from your weakness to your strength. So what are you investing in? Are you multiplying that by your talent to make it your strength? Or are you putting time in and you're taking away from your talent and it's becoming your weakness? And that's just simply the reverse of yesterday, where I talked about doing something that doesn't make your soul happy. People tell you you're really good at something and you do it just because they say you're really good at it, but you really hate it. That's that. So here's 3 questions to ask yourself, really 4, and the 4th one is a scale. So here are 3 questions to ask yourself on what are you doing about your weakness. Your weakness equals your investment divided by your talent. And so here's some questions you can ask yourself to figure out, are you working on your weakness? Are you focused on that? Or are you focused on your talent? What areas of life, personal and professional, could you improve on? What areas of your life do you know you're not living to the best of your potential and you can improve on? Yes, you got to invest in ourselves in a constructive way. Absolutely. So what areas of your life, personal and professional, could you improve on? Number 2, what areas do you see do you seem to have fewer resources than others? Meaning you're doing this, but you don't have all the resources to do what you need to do to be great. What areas are that? What areas are you operating in that? If it's your friendships, are you just being a friend and you're constantly pouring out and nobody's pouring back in? If it's at work, if you're constantly doing and you don't have all the tools that you need to do, so it seems like somebody's always setting you up for failure, or are you setting yourself up for failure because you're not concentrating on your strengths? And one of those strengths could be, are you addressing your weakness or the things that are hindering you from being great? The 3rd thing is, what activities or tasks do you absolutely hate to do? What is it that you hate to do, but because you're good at it, you're doing it? Because people have told you, well, you're so good at that, JoJo. Why don't you just go ahead and do it? Let me tell y'all something. And that's how I got into resume writing business. So, sorry, Miss Margaret. I'm on my own toes. So that's how I got into the resume writing business. I was the operations manager at the hospital, and I saw young people come in to apply for jobs. And when they came in, I was just amazed at the lack of information that they knew, or I had resumes on notebook paper. I had resumes, people didn't have any. I had all kinds of stuff. And so it was mostly my brothers and my sisters. And so I would wait until they left, and I would go out my back door and meet them in the hallway, and I would say, hey, you can't keep applying for jobs with this. If you come back and see me in 30 minutes, I'll redo your resume. And I started redoing people's resumes to help them get the jobs I know that they could do and get. But because their representation was so bad, they were not getting that. And that's how I got back into the resume writing business. And that was another thing of, well, JoJo, you're really good at it. Why don't you do it? It's not what I wanted to do. It is something that I saw a need for to help people. Yes, Lynn. No, I had one girl, hers was front and back, and it was neat, but she didn't, it wasn't even a perforated paper. She had just ripped it out the notebook, so it still had the tanglies on the side. Right. People, and they suck at that process, especially when you get adults who don't know how to do W-2s, and they don't understand that federal tax and that state tax, and they don't know what going exempt mean and how many people they should claim, or adults who don't even know how to read. So I'm having to read them the application and or fill the application out for them because they just need a job. Now, I wasn't offering them lots of money, $8, $9, but you need the bare basics. And my people didn't even have the basics. And so I felt like it was my duty to help those who did not know, because I did know. And so that's how I got caught up into doing that. And it was something I was good at, but I absolutely hated doing it. I absolutely hated it. And then I had to change my mindset because I did application Wednesdays, because that's how bad it was. I felt like I needed to tell people what not to do when you come in for an interview. And so then I changed my mindset. I'm here to help people, so I can't be upset to do their resume because I don't want that spirit, whatever. So I changed my mind, but I had to stop doing the things that I hated to do. And I realized that even though I was good at it, it wasn't my strength. It was becoming my weakness because I was allowing it to. And so I had to stop doing that. Y'all go check out Miss Margaret in the morning. She's your job coach. She got you. So, but that was just a confession and conversation of something I had to realize that was my number 3. That was a task that I absolutely hated to do, that I was doing because I knew I was good at. And here's the thing, we get caught up in doing the things we're good at just because we're good at it. And you're like, I might as well go ahead and do this. Let me go ahead and knock it out and go ahead and get it over with, because you're good at it. And then you're always good at it. Working Wednesdays. Well, see, there you go. Y'all go check out Miss Margaret. So so your weakness equals your investment divided by your talents. Your investment is your time, effort, and energy and knowledge divided by your talent, which is what comes naturally to you. So we gave the definition of talent yesterday. The investment is the only thing. Why is my phone trying to pair with somebody else? The investment is the only thing that will move you to your strength. So if it's a weakness for you, when are you going to, you were once in a church that coached people. Yes, and I did that too. Let me tell you, I've given away so many suits and out because I worked at IBM and, Duke, and that's just a different kind of mindset and different kind of clothes. I gave away so many suits and outfits. I was telling Lynn this the other day, I went to look for a sweater and I don't have any. I've given away all my sweaters, so now I need to go buy me one. And people don't know. And now that we do know, then we should be helping others to find out or helping them. So the 3 questions to figure out if you're operating in your weakness or if you're concentrating more on your weakness. The only thing that's going to move it to a strength is if you change the way you invest them. Yeah, I don't know what that was then. The investment is the only thing that's going to allow you to change your strength. So what are you investing your time, your effort, and your energy and knowledge on? So here are 3 questions. What areas of life, personal and professional, could you improve? We all need improvement. Lord Jesus, I know I do. Well, that's great, Miss Margaret. And see, it wasn't until 3-4 years ago that I just kind of accepted my talent and really started to allow it to grow in me instead of hindering it. Because a lot of times we know our natural talent, but because we fear that we may outshine somebody else or hurt somebody else's feelings because we're living in our purpose and they are not, and we feel like we need to be down with them because they don't know what they're doing. So I don't want to seem boisterous because I've done figured it out for myself. No, it's not being boisterous. It's not being anything other than who you are. And you can't, that person, y'all know my quote, somebody's waiting for you to move. They're not going to move until they hear your voice. You have got to step into who you are, accept it, and live in that so that you can help the next person. If you do not, if you continue to hold back who you are, if you continue to hide your light because it might blind somebody else, or if you continue to hold back your natural talent because the people around you don't want to operate in their talent, you're going to live a miserable life. And that is not your business, nor is it your problem. Your problem is that you need to focus on what you need to do so that you can be the light for somebody else, because y'all know my quote, somebody's waiting for you to move. They will not move until you move. And it could be the thing that they're waiting that's going to change their life. I knew Lynn was going to sing that. And you have to be comfortable in it. And it's not being selfish to do what's natural for you. It's not being selfish. It's not being selfish to do what you're naturally gifted at. And I had to realize that because, when you think about your friends and family, you don't want to be great, or you don't want to let your light shine because you're like, wow, if I do that, then they're going to say this. And before you know it, your life is absolutely gone. And you spent it living it for somebody else. So questions, if you're working on your weakness or your strength, what are areas of life and personal and professional you can improve? Number 2, which areas do you seem to have fewer resources than others? And it could be it's because it's your weakness and it's not your strength. I'm just saying. Number 3, what activities or tasks do you absolutely hate to do that you're doing simply because you're good at it? And yesterday we talked about strength is talent times investment equals your strength. And we got to be careful because talent definition is something that we're naturally gifted and good at, that it comes easy to us. But we got to be careful because it could be we're doing it because it's naturally easy for us. But is it true to who we are at our soul? Like, is it true to who I am, or I'm just good at that area? So that's a very fine line. Do you enjoy it? My question is, it may be naturally easy and, you may love it. I mean, you can do it with ease, but is it something that you love to do? Or is it something that you hate to do? So think about that. The third question is, what activities or tasks do you hate to do? Think about that. Okay, so here's what I want you to do. Now you got your 3 questions. Weakness equals investment divided by talent. So that's your weakness. Investment's description is time, effort, and energy and knowledge divided by your talent. And your talent is something that you're naturally gifted at that you do. So what are you going to do? You got to, good morning, Alicia. Good morning, everybody. So the question is, what area of life and personal and professional you can improve? What areas do you have the fewest resources in? And what tasks and activities do you absolutely hate doing? If you can answer all 3 of those, then you can identify your weakness, because your weakness is not going to change to a strength until you change the investment that you have with it. So here's an activity for you to do on a scale of 1 to 5. And then y'all know on Friday, I told you to write out your top 10 to 5 problems and take them one by one and then break it down and solve one problem, because, you keep looking at it as this big thing. You're not going to do it. So this can be added to that. On a scale of 1 to 5, how do you rate yourself on being committed to your talent? How do you rate yourself on being committed to your talent? Not your weakness, but your talent, because your talent times your investment equals your strength. And your weakness is your investment divided by your talent. So I'm just asking, how do you rate yourself on being committed to your talent? The thing that naturally comes easy to you, that you love to do. What is your investment on that? Are you committed to that for yourself? Or are you putting it off because others around you may not understand? Your light may shine brighter than theirs. You may lose a few friends. You may lose some family members. You may have to change where you're going now. I'm just saying. I must have a boring life. Mr. Carl, Cousin Carl, do the list. Strength Finders 2.0. I think Lynn gave that book away to somebody this year. Miss Margaret, I think. Check out that book, Strength Finders 2.0. You got to be committed. You got to be serious about this thing. And here, this hurts me to my, when I tell you I have no patience to this, this is where my patience is zero. People that complain, and y'all know I talk about it all the time. I just don't have the patience for that. I don't have the patience for complaining when you are an able-bodied person that can do something about your situation. There's a quote that says, there's a poem, and I can't remember who said it, but it says, you have all the things that the greatest of men have had. You have 2 hands, 2 feet, 2 ears, 2 eyes, and a mouth. So you have everything everybody great has ever had in life. It is simply what you are willing to invest in that makes you different from them. They're no smarter. They're no brighter. They're no different because you are here, so you have a purpose. So you can't tell me you don't have a purpose in life. You can't tell me you don't know what you're supposed to do, because there's not a problem that exists that doesn't already have an answer. You just got to be willing to do the work of the answer. And just because you don't like the answer doesn't mean it's going to change the outcome of what's about to happen. That doesn't mean that at all. So if you're an able-bodied person and you don't like your current situation, write out the list. What are you committed to do about it? Write out your top 5 problems. Break it down one by one. What are you committed to do to see the change that you want? Now, if you're not committed, hey, cool. That's on you. Our life today is a result of what we thought, what we were thinking last month, last year, last week. We are living that right now. I'm just saying, your words have power, and you either worked really hard to be where you are, or you're going to work really hard to be where you want to go. Either way, you got to do the work. And that's just it. Either way, the work has got to be done. Either you're going to work hard and stay negative Nelly, Debbie Downer, and a complainer, or you're going to work hard and do and be where you want to be. You cannot be afraid to let your light shine. Rest. You've got to rest in your strength. You've got to. You can be anything you want to be if you just try right hard enough. Exactly. Thank you, Miss Margaret. Okay, thank you, Miss Alicia. I appreciate you. So you've got to figure out your weakness equals your investment divided by your talent. So on a scale of 1 to 5 today, guys, how do you rate yourself on being committed to your talent? The one thing that the good Lord put you here to do. How do you rate yourself on a 1 to 5? And then with the 5 being, I'm totally committed, and 1, I'm not. And so wherever you are, what are you going to do to change that? Your investment is the only thing that's going to change it from a weakness to a strength. That's it. What are you willing to invest in? And if you don't want to, you invest in everybody else. Might as well you investing in the church, you investing in your friends, you investing in your husband, you investing in your kids, you're investing in community service. We invest in all kind of stuff. But do we invest for real in ourselves? I'm just saying. So let's think about that. Weakness equals investment divided by talent. And investment is described as time, effort, and energy, knowledge divided by your talent. And talent is something that you're naturally gifted at. So answer those 3 questions. What areas of life and personal, professional can you improve? And what areas do you have fewer resources? And what activities do you absolutely hate to do? And when I came to that realization that it's okay to admit that I hate to do stuff, and I delegated to somebody else, man, I felt so much better. I was actually more productive when I got rid of the mundane things that I know I didn't want to do. I let somebody else who that was their strength and that was their natural talent do that, because I was investing so much of my time and talent into something that I was not committed to at all. On a scale of 1 to 5, I was at a -5. I was not committed to it at all. And so just be mindful of that today. Think about that today, guys, on this Take Action Tuesday. What are you going to do? So tell me on that scale of 0 to 5, 1 to 5, how do you rate yourself on being committed to your talent? And what is your talent? And your talent is simply talent times investment equals strength. So what are you focusing on? What are you working towards? because sometimes they're not going to move until they hear you move or see you move. That includes your family, your mama, your sister, your daddy, your neighbor, your coworker. They hear you talking about being great. They're waiting for you to walk out your being great. So you got to do that. You can keep investing with no girl, Miss Margaret, you will go bankrupt. Thank you, Lynn. I'm about at a 4 because late last year I was at a 2. This year I got to 3s and 4s. So I'm at a high 4, about to be a 5, because again, it's not my problem nor my business if my light is different. Everybody has a light to shine. So they're not going to have the same color or the same aura as you have. So go be you. Go be great. Go do that thing, child. I'm just saying, the world is waiting for you. I'm just saying. Y'all know I keep quotes everywhere. Here's one for the car. I'm not saying no to any of my ideas I'm creating. That's why I will own a bookstore next year. I'm just saying. I'm on it. All right, guys, I appreciate you watching the Fearless Morning Show. Tomorrow, we will actually be on Lynn's page because Lynn can't join my page for some reason, so I don't know what's going on there. She is America's #1 rebound coach. Yes, she said it, America's #1. She does our Fearless Financial moment of the day, where you don't have to live past crazy. You don't have to live in the crazy of your finances. So check Lynn out. Check us out tomorrow. We'll be on Lynn's page. Oh, thank you, Cousin Carl, I appreciate it. Runs in the family. Gerald Waddell made sure. Let me tell you what my dad, in this, as I close, y'all, please be careful what you tell your kids. They grow into what they think you want them to be. If you keep telling your kids bad, they assume you want them to be that. So they aspire to be that. If you call them stupid, they assume that's what you want them to be, and they aspire to be that. If you call them a little knucklehead or whatever word you attach to your child, they assume that's what you want them to be, and they aspire to be that. My daddy from day one said I was smart. He made me read every book. He bought me every book. And there wasn't a day that went by that Gerald Waddell did not invest in my education in some form, some form of fashion. It might not have been monetary, but he, and his joke was, JoJo sometimes may not have common sense, but she got that book sense down. And because my daddy was so insistent on what I was going to be, my first typewriter at 6, my first computer at 9, and he told me, you will figure it out. Sit down and don't get up till you figure it out. That's why I'm the IT person, all of this stuff now, because my daddy instilled in. I assumed that's what he wanted, so that's what I aspired to be. Because as children, we don't know anything different. We only know that we want to please our parent. And so think about the words that you say to your kid. You bad, you hard-headed, you stupid, you slow. They will aspire to be that very thing because they want to please you. And as children, they don't know, is that a good thing, bad thing? All they know is mom and them is telling it to me, so it must be what they want. I'm telling you. Your children will do what they think you want them to be. So they will aspire to do that. Your words have power. Think about that. Look at your children. Look at yourself. What did your parents say about you to you that you aspire to be subconsciously that you never even thought about? Words have power. I promise that's it. Guys, please make sure you share the show with your friends, your family, your boo, your side piece, whoever you want to share it with, who needs to live past crazy in their life and finances. Send them on over here. If they need a personal cheerleader, I am your girl. So send them on over here. If they do not have Facebook, we do have a YouTube channel. So you can binge watch all 200. I think we're up to 267 shows on YouTube. So you can binge watch. You can search them by title. And if you just type in Fearless Morning Show, Lynn and I are going to pull up. Right. I know. Right. Exactly, Miss Margaret. I'm going to figure it out. And one thing my daddy taught me that I actually let other people override was that I was a daredevil. I popped the willies and when I was growing up, I climbed the trees. I fell out the trees. I swung from the trees. I did everything I was big and bold enough to do, because he didn't tell me I couldn't. He told me I was just as good as anybody else. My dad used to make me wrestle him. He said, so I could learn to fight back. He said, nobody will take advantage of you if you are prepared. And my daddy made sure his girls were prepared, if nothing else. So think about that today, guys. What are you pointing to your children? So today's thought was weakness equals investment multiplied divided by talent. So what are areas of life and personal and professional you can improve on? What areas do you see the fewer resources? And what activities or tasks do you hate? And on a scale of 1 to 5, how do you rate yourself on being committed to your talent? Hey, D, what's up? So think about that today, guys. What are you willing to do? And yesterday we talked about talent times investment equals your strength. Like, what are you willing to do? What are you willing to do for that? Are you willing to do the work that you need to do? Are you willing to just let it ride and be who other people want you to be? Don't allow life to change your name. And if you missed that show, that was last week sometimes. Exactly. My daddy did too. Oh, Lord. I fought every boy in the neighborhood. You couldn't tell me, and I wasn't going to win. You just couldn't tell me that, because my daddy wasn't going to accept me losing, and I wanted to please him. So what wasn't fixing to happen is I was about to let that little boy beat me up. That's what I wasn't going home to Gerald Waddell and telling him that. That would have been a negative. Nope. And so he instilled in me, just a different attitude. So think about that today, guys. Please make sure you share the video, and please make sure you check out Miss Margaret, who is on the same path of hashtag Let's Change the World. I truly believe if we can change one person who can inspire their family, their families will change their immediate community, and their communities absolutely will change the world. So we can change the world. I promise that. I believe with my entire whole heart. All right, guys, we'll be back here bright and early tomorrow morning at 7:15. Except we will be on Lynn Demons' page. And so I'm sure Lynn or I will post like 15 or 20 minutes before the show where you can find the Fearless Morning Show, because she's not been able to get on to my side, which I don't understand. And we've been missing the Fearless financial moment. So check out Lynn. That's Demons Enterprise, no demons. And it's bit.ly/talk to Lynn, capital LYNN. If you're ready to talk about your finances and your investing, make sure you check her out, because she is America's #1 rebound coach. Yes, she said it, America's #1. Right, exactly. My daddy did not play. And Cousin Carl, no, he know Gerald Waddell didn't play. Right. One person at a time, Miss Margaret. I'm committed and I'm excited to that. All right, guys, go let your light shine today. Don't dim it. Your color is different than your neighbor's color. It's not meant to be the same. You came here and you beat the odds of 1 in 3 trillion to be here, to be the person that you are. So why do you assume that you're made to be exactly like somebody else? The odds of you being here are enough for you to want to be different. So think about that today, guys. Let your light shine. I hope you have an amazing, amazing day. And we'll see you here bright and early tomorrow morning, 7:15. Have a good one.